Welcome back. Let's commence, shall we? All right. Okay, so that's the healer. And this view is breathtaking. Okay, alright. Come on, come on, come on. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, what the fuck? And there will be one more. Yep. Right. didn't have to. Oh, I wasted that tank buster. People. So this is gonna be here. Anything good? Oh, 55. That's all right. Oh geez, hello there. Oh god, that's painful. Let's carry this big tank. Alright. Aiming, don't need that, don't need that. Ooh. I'll need that for a bit. Oh. Okay, let's go. Anything good? Nope. Nope. Hey, let's go. Oh, this is their queen. I thought this was a frog. Yeah, fuck that crane. And there we go. Sweet.
This structure must have served an important function. And here are yet more crystals.
I too noted the crystal repository on the way. The Benthos seem to employ them in their spellcasting.
In such vessels did the ancients preserve concepts, ideal forms to be drawn upon in the act of creation. That so great an abundance should reside here lendeth credence to Ishtola's conclusion. This facility held great significance.
So, it was they who first summoned Hydaelyn.
Their discussion did seem to imply as much, yes. I cannot say I have ever heard of this Venar before,
For a certainty, Emmet Selk never uttered the name, speak though he did, of the schism which Zodiark's advent wrought upon mankind. Some were of the viewpoint that his power must needs be restrained, and to that end did they call forth she who would serve as his shackles. We now know that it was this Venar to whom they looked for leadership.
And that this place, in all likelihood, served as their headquarters. The presence of such intimate records attests to that. I would hear what else they have to tell us. All of it. Did anyone see the source of the image? The device there? Then let us see what other secrets it holds. What? Forgive me, but did that not strongly imply that Elidibus sacrificed himself to become Zodiark's heart?
7 hells. Then who or what are we dealing with?
Holy shit. I had always assumed Elibis to be the same ilk as La Habrea and Emmet Selk, but if the real Elibis sacrificed himself before the Sundering, that this facility shared imitate ties with the Academia Elder may readily be discerned from the common element that is in their names. Based on my observations, this the forms housed here were conveyed onto the Academia only when required and thence returned for safekeeping. Yet such procedural militate are the largely academic interest. I concede this onto the parties which did require acquainted. These institutions that our thoughts should rightly turn specifically the followers of Venet and the Convocation of the 14. To say not of the matter of Elizabeth. Did you think we might be able to activate the device again? I would like to hear how those discussions ended. And there I was thinking mortal was bad. Would someone explain to me how we're meant to kill a being who doesn't technically exist? It makes no sense. The device appears to activate via a form of ethereal attunement, not unlike an aetheryte. Beyond that, I can say a little more certain. Say that we should take this opportunity to see what other records it contains. No response. Confound it. If I may, milady, the panel did formerly emit a soft yet perceptible glow that it doth so no longer may betoken the depletion of some essential energy within. Given how long it has lain dormant, I think it fortunate it functioned at all. That may be, but if we can't get it to work again, we'll be leaving with more questions than we've answered. The white-robed emissary hath ever named himself Elizabeth, yet if the shade spoke true, Elizabeth ceased to be ere even the sundered came to pass. This calleth to mind a truth that MX Silk did once reveal in passing, that the names of by which we know our foes are not those given to the Assassins at birth. Rather, they are the titles of office afforded to individuals of merit at such things as the role becometh vacant. Perchance the Elibis at Zodiac's heart and the emissary which whom we are acquainted be not one and the same, the predecessor and successor. It's possible if the previous Elizabeth perished before the final days, the one who could know could still be a survivor of the sundering. And yet something in the explanation rings false. I will remain for a time. I would not abandon my attempts to revive the device. So soon there is more to learn here, I can feel. In matters of the aetherology, I know of none as capable as thee. If there existence a means to learn more, thou wilt surely find it. Whilst thou art thus engaged, we shall attend to matters on the service. You may now enter Anemenes and Deer with a party of NPC avatars to make use of this feature. Open dress interface located under duty in the main menu. Does she really not mind working alone? Hopefully this will make the Benethos think twice before raiding the stones of their fellow Andua again. Answers never did come to us tied neatly with a bow. We'll go to the bottom of things. We'll get to the bottom of the things eventually. Well, it is true. Our founding have raised more questions than they have answered. If it is not impossible that Yustola will gain access to additional records, and if nothing else, we have spared Elmore from invasion. Can we but uncover Elidibus's true origins, we may yet to come to understand his design. To that end, Yustila must needs be afforded as much time as she doth require to complete her investigation. To that extent, that such things are within our control, yes. Speaking of which, perhaps we might trouble the exile for news of his pressing progress with the spirit vessel. He will no doubt wish to hear of our own discoveries as well, such as they are.
Dare I ask what's going on?
Ah, excellent timing. For me, in any case. We have a problem. The vast majority of those gathered here are presently in the employ of the Guard or else one of the facets, and no longer wish to be so. In principle, all are free to change vocation at any time, but a city does require a certain number of people in these positions if it is to continue to function. For the moment, I have asked them to postpone their resignation until such time as replacements can be found. As you may have surmised, we have the Warrior of Light to thank for this.
It's you! The Warrior of Darkness! You understand, don't you? Someone's going to have to look after this place once you're gone. We just want to be ready to do our bit when the time comes.
And not only here, but everywhere. Which is why we've got to get out there and lend a hand to those in need. That's what you did, isn't it? Even if it was just little things at the start. You helped people. And we're trying to do the same. We may have our sky back, but there's no shortage of people who still need help. If we follow in your footsteps, then I choose to believe we too can be heroes one day, even warriors of light.
What are we to say to that? We can hardly tell them they are mistaken. They seek but to do good, as you have.
But no more can we stand idly by and suffer a paragon's scheme to proceed unchallenged.
What's happening to the sky?
What the?
Wicked White. Oh no.
By the 12.
A star shower.
I hear a voice.
You and all? Then why does it feel like it's inside my head?
Hear? Feel? Think?
I hear it.
Me too.
Did I not tell you, my friends? You are warriors of light! You're back! What you hear is the voice of light itself, and it has blessed you with its power. Welcome to the fold!
I'm a warrior of light.
I've been chosen?
Can it be?
Me, a hero.
Wait! The falling stars, were they your doing? And why do you need warriors of light?
What, am I to reveal my plans simply because you asked? Nay, I think not. Though the stars, I acknowledge mine. A convenient illusion apt to awaken what little is left of the power that once resided in your sundered souls. That which you and yours call the echo. And an echo it is, of a symphony, but a fraction of what men in their completeness once possessed. Even those among you who tower over others in the gift have only the faintest trace of it. But though sundered and forgotten through death and mocking rebirth, it has persisted. A whisper of our past, burned into your very ether, along with the sight of our end. Through the rekindling of memory, I have awoken the ability, just as Hydaelyn is wont to do when she has need of new minions.
The echo hath ever been thought a gift from Hydaelyn, a boon granted solely to her chosen. Yet thou wouldst claim she merely awakeneth the power that men should hearken unto? Her voice. Given the perceived simultaneity of her call and the awakening of her chosen's capacity to hear it, it is only natural that we thus attributed the source of the gift. Yet if, in truth, the echo is a prerequisite for hearing her voice, one might surmise that her call never ceaseth, such that all who awaken to their innate gift might receive of the blessing of light at the self-same instant. In sooth, we bore witness to this but moments ago. At the sight of the star shower, full many in the crowd did speak of hearing a voice in their minds, did they not?
Just so. And whenever Hydaelyn has need of new servants, she is quick to pluck comets from the heavens or create illusions of the same.
Why, then, didst thou conjure this vision, full knowing that thine age-old foe would thus claim those awakened to the gift?
Foe? You must be mistaken. As you see, I am a warrior of light. And together with my comrades in arms, I shall save the world. Just like you.
And there he goes again, though I don't suppose he would have given us an honest answer about his history and had he stayed. Though I like not what it portendeth, having been treated to so unambiguous a demonstration, I cannot well conclude aught but the star shower are indeed instrumental in awakening the echo. Yet we need not attribute such credence to all that Elidibus hath claimed, that he too seeketh this star's salvation for one. Unsettling though this is, I'm certain our friends in the guard will use the echo well, or with good intentions at least. It did remind me of sorry. It did remind me of it, Emrat. I mean, all of the fear and the sadness. The more Elidibus reveals, the less I understand. But that he has made a fine mess of things is plain. He is gone, then. I've managed to persuade a number of our would-be deserters to reconsider or at least delay their departure, but as many are deaf to my entreaties, young Thirler and Vonard among them, I am sorry to say they have quit the guard. Nevertheless, I wish them well. Whatever Elidibus's plans for them might be, the pair have only ever had the best intentions. One can hardly blame them for thinking themselves heroes elect, not after having been blessed with the echo, and it's not as if they haven't shown the requisite spirit. I quite agree, though the impetus for their sudden departure may have been words falsely spoken. The men and women in whose footsteps they would follow, the heroes in truth. Warriors of Light, Arbert, yourself most of all. And so I would ask you a favor. Speak with them ere they embark on their journey and furnish them with what wisdom you can. They've set off for Emerald Lunch, but you should be able to catch them if you leave now. Worth the effort, I'd say, if I recall correctly, Amro Merleburb took the time to usher you out into the wilder world many moons ago. I think that comparison rather flatters Thaler and Vonard, but the point still stands. They would doubtless be greatly encouraged were the Warrior of Darkness herself to see them off. If thou art willing, I prayeth go. Thou mayest safely leave the task of unfolding that which did transpire at Ananis to us. You're like, good luck with your death. Do. We're in Emerang. I mean, you know, around. You again. I mean, it's you, milady. Sorry, it's been a funny old day. You can be sure we'll take those words to heart. I still can't believe it. You coming all this way to speak with us. I swear we won't let you down. So long as it helps someone, we'll do what needs doing out there, no matter how small. And when larger threats loom, we'll be ready to face them. You see if we aren't. Wonder and danger await you in equal measure, but turn not from either. Well, what are you waiting for? Get out there. We'll be off then. Farewell, Warrior of Darkness, and thank you. Go to Tussle Gate. Thou art returned, and at the most opportune time we will have but this moment concluded our account of all that came to pass in the deep. I was so deeply immersed in my research that I entirely failed to notice the star shower. Bugger! I take it they were suitably inspired. You caused quite a stir when you set forth as the Admiral's newly anointed envoy, you know. Minfilia was delighted. The world is ever in need of heroes, she said. This land is our home, and it is we who must protect it. Even if he didn't believe a word he was saying, and it's all part of some terrible scheme, it's hard not to take his message to heart. Okay. Honestly, don't listen to all this prattle about the life-changing importance of your words to impressionable young heroes. You could nod mutely in their general direction, and they'd still be inspired. Oh, fucking Alice, I love you so much. You are you. Thank you for making the effort. I'm certain your words will be a boon to them. While you were away, the others told me of your investigations. We have yet to discuss how to proceed, however. Well, your findings in anonymous Ender do raise important questions as to the identity of our adversary. We are no closer to discerning his design, nor do I know of any other potential avenue of investigation. For which reason we must need to trust Eustola in genuinity and wait for her efforts to revive the ancient's device to bear fruit. What if I were to attempt to follow the emissary? Elusive as he is, his plan compels him to court public attention. He shouldn't be impossible to find, especially for one of your experience. It does seem worth the attempt. Then I'll come with you safely in numbers. In combat, perhaps, but where stealth is required, the opposite is true. Happily, I don't plan on getting myself caught, so you've no need to worry. Nor do I intend to vanish for moons on end. We still have the empty to attend to, don't we? Alright, then I'll look forward to your return. Then it sounds like the rest of us should avoid doing anything which might prompt Elidibus to look too closely at our movements. Insofar as it's possible, I recommend we limit our activities to the Crystarium. Speaking of which, Exarch, might I ask if you've made any progress with the spirit vessel? Of course. We are presently studying the principles on underpinning memory transference, and I believe nearing the requisite level of understanding. Less hearteningly, practical trials and of transference methods suited for use with the vessels have yet to yield satisfactory results, to put it mildly. But there are still many possibilities we have yet to test. Indeed, though it may take some time yet, we are well on our way to a solution. And I shall not rest until one is found. Though we are all grateful for thine unstinting efforts, thou needest nor labor to the inclusion of all else. If it would serve to... Give me one. It would serve to lighten thy burden. However, though I should gladly offer mine assistance. Quite, for my part, will do what I can to ensure the Crisarium continues to run smoothly in spite of recent disruptions. Then perhaps I could help. There must be something I can do, even if it's just guard duty. Thank you, all of you. I shall breathe easier for your assistance. Of course, on the evidence of the recent past, it will not be long before some new crisis arrives to throw our plans into disarray, at which time your services will be in peculiar demand. That being the case, perhaps you might take this opportunity to retire in your suit at the pendants. Alright. Near fear, I too will continue to assist the Exarch to the best of my ability, and if that means casting the odd sleeping charm, so be it. Knowing not whether Elidibus or our ever-waning connection to the source representeth the more pressing problem, we must needs attend to both and risk solving neither. One of these methods will work. It must. Of course, I don't wish to worry Lena. She has more than enough to worry about already, but I swore that I would return you all home. Alright, fine. I will henceforth endeavor to take breaks when appropriate while Lena is watching. I will accompany my brother and make sure he doesn't get carried away. You will do as you're told and get some rest, both of you. Honestly, he's a danger to himself. If I were Lena, I think I would have hit him over the head with a blunt object by now. At least then he'd lie down. Oh, you. Oh, you, LSA. There's so much to do, to be done, and so little I can do to help. But you can count on me to play my part in the empty. Ought we to inform the citizens that the Star Shower was an illusion? Do you think they might sleep better for the knowledge that no damage was done? There is such to be no shortage of potential heroes upon whose good nature Elidibus will try to prevail. The trick will be in anticipating which settlement he'll direct his attentions toward next. A pleasure as always, Mistress Blackrose. I am relieved to see you were unharmed in the earlier commotion. Though, if I may, you do look somewhat weary. I presume you will be retiring to your suit. Yes. Very good. Do let me know if there is anything you require. Mistress Blackrose, it's Grenard from the Wandering Stairs. I apologize for calling so late. A friend of yours was asking after you. You may remember them from that business with the Cardinal Virtues. Oh, hey, long time to see. Well met, sinner. I was looking forward to a welcome respite here in the Crusadium, but the moods here's not exactly conducive to relaxation, as I'm sure you've noticed. I'd wager you know more about what's going on than anyone else in this city. Care to share? I can't say that I envy you your prey. Dark World, this twisting of the Warriors of Light's legacy reminds me of what became of old Daikai Sin, though this Asian of yours is a fair bit more chatty. I'm tempted to silence him myself. Brandon made his mistakes. I'm sure they all did. But the past is the past. They've earned their rest. I'm not about to let him sully Albert's good name. I see that they have their peace. What? You want me to leave it to you? Right, right. I'm not the only one carrying all the weight. Very well, but only because you asked. Remember, if you ever need me, just say the word. I'll be there.
Foiled again. If I cannot imbue the infernal thing with my power via magical means, we may need to devise a way to infuse the vessel with my blood after all.
Art thou unwell?
Or perhaps a brief respite? It wouldn't do to overtax yourself.
I'm fine. And given to stubbornness, I'm afraid. Especially when I have a stake in the outcome. The dream again.
A recurring dream. They do so fascinate me. Might I trouble you for the details?
I have always dreamed of it. Fire falling from the heavens, and the city, nay, the whole world ablaze.
Indeed. Could Emmett Selk have found a way? Precious few possess memories of the final days.
The final days?
Why, yes. Admittedly, my knowledge is mostly second-hand, but if you are interested, I will gladly tell you the tale. The tale of the world's end.
All right, that concludes this part of Final Fantasy XIV 5.2. In the next episode, it's either okay. I think I will be getting my resistance weapon first. Just to help the eye level, and possibly I think after that will be either the 8-man Eden raid, or we do the ruby weapon. either of those two after I get the weapon. Anyways, thanks for joining me, and see you in the next episode. Fare thee well.